Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bit of Game with Dad podcast, where two dads passionately confess their love for all things video games, as well as explore our confusion about the current state of. I guess we're going to do video games just today.
Yeah, man, we could stick to video games tonight.
Yeah. So about the current state of gaming.
Oh, hold time out. Can I take the sidebar 1 second? Just get it out of the way.
Do your thing.
Joe Biden won.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Like it's a
That is.
like it's
I just
it's
saw
a wrap.
that Georgia had confirmed maybe like an hour or two ago that.
Well, the Trump campaign can still request an additional recount because there were
Sure.
some votes found that did go his way. I'm just at the end of the day, it's just like it's done.
Yeah.
Like at my job, I work with some kids. It's elementary school, and I've been like skunking people at foosball. And like I have a second grade kid that's like, dude, you only won because you cheated. And I looked at him, and in my head, I was like, why are you making the same amount of sense as the president of the United States right now? Like this, but okay, we'll get that little segue out of the way. We can talk some video games. I'm just saying, it's over. It's over.
It is over.
And I feel like what he is trying to do is ruin the apartment so bad that he doesn't get his security deposit back because he doesn't even care. Like, I feel like that's what the president of the United States is doing right now. Like, how bad can I mess this place up so that the next person that moves in here has to deal with the mess? I feel like that's what's happening.
For sure. I mean, I'm hoping Biden just goes in and executive orders a bunch of this, and we go back to our normal racism.
Exactly. Not the maximum strength Tylenol. Like we need low dose rate. We need low dosage racism.
We need children's racism.
And good evening to you, Enigma. Good evening, man. Thank you for stopping in.
Yeah.
But yeah, video games, Brandon. Video games.
Where would you like to start? Like we've been
Brandon, can we start
really get into the PlayStation?
All right, hold on. Let's start. I think it would be fair. One, you would be knowledgeable about this, because I don't pay attention to phones. I still have what is this thing? A Samsung Galaxy S8.
Yes.
Let's talk about phones. Like tell me about the news about phones, and then what I think would be a really cool segue. Like you talk about phones a little bit, and then we can talk about the distribution of those phones. And then that'll be a really good transition point into the busted distribution of next gen consoles.
For sure.
Because if phones work the same way consoles work, it would be a problem.
Everyone would have a Xbox and PlayStation right now if that happened.
Yeah.
So, but I'll talk about Apple because they were the most recent droppers, and so Apple released, I think, the Mini.
You get the regular, like the Mini and the Max,
Pro and the Pro Max.
Yeah,
I think it's 4, but I might be missing one.
Okay.
They released their most latest iPhone, but they released 2 of them, which I think it was the Mini and the Pro Max. They released them later than the first 2 or 3.
Okay.
And so someone can correct me. I don't have the information.
But whatever you're saying is true to me. All right, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, so they released a couple phones, a couple variants early, and then they released 2. I know 2 came later.
Okay.
But what was crazy is that you can go, anywhere. You could have went to Walmart. You could go to Best Buy. You could go to the Apple Store. You could go to Verizon or AT&T, T-Mobile. But you put your pre-order in, and you could do that online or whatever, what have you. Go to the store, but you put your pre-order in, and then people got them
straight up,
or people are getting them.
Yeah. And I mean, in those phones, like if we're saying a dollar amount, those phones are greater than or equal to the consoles, right?
For sure. Like if you're buying it outright, I think the cheapest one is at $599.
Okay, so that's more expensive.
The most expensive one is at like $1399.
I'm gonna stick with this Galaxy, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have no, thank you.
iPhone Mini.
I'm trying to pay off a car. I don't need a phone installment. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, so the iPhone Mini is $729.
$729 for the Mini?
Yeah, that's what it says on Apple. If you buy it outright.
Yeah.
Buy it outright, 64 gigs, $729 from Apple.
Now,
but
so what are
I can click this right here, and then I could order this if I wanted to. I could just go get it and order it right now.
So what are you rocking right now? You got the Fold, I think.
Yes, the Galaxy Fold,
Look at this
everyone. It's
guy. Look at
beautiful.
this guy. Look
It's
at this guy.
so beautiful, beautiful.
Brandon's on the front edge every day. He's right
The
on the front
bleeding
edge.
edge. You have to be. Well, no, you
No, you
don't.
don't. You
I have to be.
dude, me being on the front edge is like me following fat kid deals on Twitter and being like, yo, they have queen size sheets for $20. That's the front edge for me. Like, oh
Yeah.
shoot, they have I was looking tonight. I was like, they have a Black and Decker rice cooker for $15. I might need to get that. That's my front edge. So I mean, so what are the Apple phones doing? And I don't mean this in any attacking way at all. I'm not brand
Mhm.
loyal in that sense. Like Apple's done some weird stuff that I don't really like care all that much for their products. But like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what are they pushing that's really worth you spending eight, nine, $1,000 on the new phone?
For sure. I mean, so this year they're really pushing. I mean, as really as I feel like it's every year. They're pushing the cameras. I mean, like cameras become a big thing over the last few years in
Right.
smartphones. Um, but they're also pushing their like new charging. What's it called? Like MagSafe or something like that. So
Okay.
you can essentially. Actually, I can. This is that going to reach? So like how my this is my watch,
Okay.
and so how my watch just connects to the charger,
Okay.
you can essentially do the same
For the
thing
phone.
with your iPhone. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, so
Forgive me for being underwhelmed.
yeah, and then they always talk about their new chips in their
Right. The
phones.
processors and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that their A14 Bionic chip is the fastest that it's ever been, which every year they claim that this is the fastest and it's faster than any smartphone out there.
Yeah,
They always make those claims. I mean, for the most
but
part, I think they're probably
can it run Crisis though?
accurate. That's always a fair question to
Okay,
ask.
I don't. Maybe it can. I don't know. I wonder, can Google Stadia run Crisis? It should be able to, right?
It should be able to.
Mm,
I mean, they're running 2080s,
yeah.
and so it's essentially just streaming it.
Ooh, but can it run Cyberpunk? Because I know you're high up on Cyberpunk right now.
Man, I'm so excited for
I
Cyberpunk.
watched that video you sent me, Brandon, and like it looks good. It looks really really good.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like futuristic GTA, what I would like GTA to be.
Yeah.
Like what I wanted
They would.
GTA to be is me creative character, and then I can go out and wreck hell on the
Well,
world.
let's be fair though. It's what you wanted Watch Dogs to be.
Hmm. It is absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know, but but I'm sorry. We're getting distracted. So you're
Yeah.
telling me like, right now, brand new iPhone,
Brand new
I could just
iPhone.
go buy one.
I can click buy on any. So iPhone Pro Max, click buy, it works. iPhone 12, click buy, it works. iPhone Mini, click buy, and it works. Yeah.
But you're
And then
but if I want to
the base model
but if I want to get a PlayStation 5,
right now.
I'm like refreshing Walmart's page, getting it in my cart and getting that stupid oh dear that pops up and tells me that
Yeah,
it's not there anymore. Or I
for
sit in
sure.
the queue at direct.playstation.com and they tell me wait for an hour. Oops, we're sold out. Or GameStop's like,
Hmm.
if you want one, you got to get this bundle worth $850. We aren't going to sell them straight up no more.
Right.
What's going on with that, man? Because I would say it's worse for PlayStation than it is with Xbox, but like the Xbox launch wasn't like that much better.
No, it was not that much better. I mean, it was pretty bad. I mean, because like I remember getting like four links on Amazon, and I just lucked up and got
Just click
a
the right
link
one.
like within 3 seconds of it being posted.
Man, why?
And that was from TweetDeck, which I think if anyone is using Twitter on their desktop or laptop,
Yeah,
please use TweetDeck because it's incredible.
like so. Like I don't understand why is it so broken? Like don't it's like don't you want to make money? Like what's the problem here?
Yeah, honestly, man, that question is like an ultimate question of like, what does life mean, or like, is does God exist? Why don't we get consoles? Like, why aren't consoles readily available?
I don't get it.
Ultimate
I
questions.
don't get it. It's 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 a very difficult dynamic for me to try to figure out
Yeah,
because Brandon, if I were to count without really thinking too hard, because we don't need to waste too much time thinking about it. But I
For
think
sure.
between the two of us, I think each of us have been through like total, if we just added what you've done and what I've done, over 10 release times.
Yeah.
And we haven't gotten anything.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It's been a lot. I mean, especially with Walmart.
Yeah. I've done
I mean, because
I've done
they've
5.
been
I've done
releasing it.
5 with Walmart.
Yeah, and so I did 12, 3, 6, 9, the other,
Yep.
and then I did 2 today.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I did 3 o'clock today. Yep, that's
So
5.
that's
Yep.
that's 5. That's 10. I know I did at least 1 with Target. I've done 2 with PlayStation Direct, and I've done 1 other one with GameStop. And that was like I
Hmm.
did the GameStop one today. So like on my own, I have 9.
Hmm.
It's just I don't know, and I don't know what is going on with the supply chain, or if you go to eBay, people are selling them for $1,000, and I hope that people aren't buying them
Yeah, I mean resellers, man, the death to not the death to them, but the death to
to the
their ability
business.
to resell.
Yeah,
I mean, because Jesus, man, freaking capitalism.
I mean,
Like
but
I
if you
saw
had enough,
$2,050 for a PlayStation, just the PlayStation on eBay. Like that was the most expensive one that I saw, and I'm like, he's probably going to sell that.
yeah, someone will buy it.
Someone is going to be desperate enough because that little Jerry wants it, and
I mean, I had gotten myself to the frame of mind where I was okay with the GameStop $850 bundle. I
yeah,
was like, all right, well, it's a PlayStation, and it comes with 2 controllers,
hmm,
and it comes with Spider-Man
Miles
Miles
Morales
Morales, which I want anyway. It comes with
and Demon
it comes
Souls.
with Demon Souls, which like I played the first one, so like I could see myself playing the remaster. Maybe not for $70 on launch, but whatever. Like I can take that. And it came with like PlayStation Plus. It's like, all right, maybe I can run with that. Then it came with a pair of headphones. And so like,
Which Razer headphones, which is the ones that you have,
right. So I was like,
just the PlayStation
so there
Razer,
was nothing in the bundle I was upset about,
right?
but it was $850.
Yeah.
And it was gone. At $850, it was gone. Like I refresh, dude. Okay, I'll tell on myself in front of the world right now. The class that I have goes to lunch at 12. I go on break about 12:30. I come
Hmm.
back to hang out with them at 1:30, and we go 1:30 to 3, and then we go back and like have a snack and we wrap up our day.
Yeah.
Bro, from like 2 until 3:20, I was F5ing so hard. I was F5 in Walmart. I was F5 in PlayStation Direct. I was F5 in GameStop. And I think I got I think I got the disc version of the PlayStation in my cart on mobile,
Yeah.
and locked up, like the system locked up when I was trying to verify my payment. Like it would, and I have my payment stuff saved in the Walmart app. I
Yeah.
have it saved. It wouldn't even pull it up.
Yeah,
Like you
man.
guys just don't want
It's
money.
crazy.
Like,
Like they're just overwhelmed. Like their service is just so overwhelmed.
yeah.
And I would love to talk to both, Sony heads and Microsoft heads just to really see like why is this so bad? Like I don't remember it being as bad with the One X. Like when I went and bought the One
Yeah.
X, but I honestly don't remember how early I bought it. Like if I bought it, pre-ordered it,
But
which
I think
I
I
think
think
I
I
did.
think people are giving a pass right now because of the virus, because of coronavirus. People are like, oh, it's the virus. They don't want to do stores. Okay, well then don't have people line up in stores.
Right.
Like, okay, like sell them online for pickup. Like
Right.
you are creating the bottleneck that only benefits scalpers. Like you
Right.
are creating this bottleneck.
For sure. For sure. The resellers are like I mean I've been in group chats and party chats where people was like, man, like I got one, like I'm trying to get another so I can flip them for double the price, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, you are walking away with a
Yeah,
decent amount of
yeah.
money in a very short amount of
I
time.
mean, if you can get a PlayStation for free, like I get it. Like I'm not slighting anybody on it, but it's like, bro, like I'm trying to play Miles Morales right now. Like, do you feel me? Like, and
Yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
getting a PlayStation 4. Like the next generation started. Why would I get a PlayStation 4? Dude,
Yeah.
I gotta play it. Like I have to play it. Like I said to Brandon the other day, folks, that I feel like black people are getting PS5s for two reasons: for 2K21 or Miles Morales. Like that's it. Like, you got to pick a lane, and I've picked my lane. I'm picking it for Miles Morales. We are wearing Nikes. Like that's
Bro, he's wearing Adidas, which is unfortunate, but
Miles Morales wears Nikes. I don't care what anybody
he
says.
does wear Nikes. He wear ones. Which,
With the
man,
shoes untied.
I used to rock ones all the time. And then I like stopped wearing Jordans for, some time. I don't know why, but and then they
Reasons.
became super
Reasons.
popular. I'm like, no, I missed out because now I gave all of my ones away.
Hey man, it just passes you by, man. Just wait.
I know,
Just
I
wait.
know.
Baltimore fashion is gonna come back, and you're gonna need those longer than knee length shorts. And you're gonna be like, man,
The capris.
like
Oh
man, why did
man,
I get
what
rid
a
of them?
time to be
That was
alive. What a
that was a terrible time. Okay, that was a terrible time.
time.
Let's just be fair.
Yeah,
Wait,
what a
I don't know.
time.
One day it'll all figure out, but I've seen some Xboxes, some Series X's getting restocked as well. So restocks are happening. It's just because because it's online and not in store,
Yeah.
it's creating a lot of problems.
No, for sure. For sure. It's creating a whole lot of problems. I mean, on top of that, like PlayStation has seen just a lot of problems in themselves, like just struggling,
Yeah.
out of the gate with just bugs and glitches and
Bro, when your console is as big as a desktop computer,
yeah.
like they need to cut that.
What do you think? I mean, have we talked about what you think about the console, like what they look like?
I mean, the Xbox looks like a computer to me.
Yeah.
Like to me,
It looks like a
it
ATX.
looks like a micro ATX to me. Like I
Yep,
feel like I could build that.
for sure.
And for the price, I don't know if I could match the power of it.
Yeah.
But with, again, as I keep saying, like Game Pass Ultimate, like I don't know if I need one of them. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
And so, like I know we had talked about game exclusivity. When I look at exclusivity, I find more value right now. I mean, that's not really saying anything because it's the front edge of a console generation. Right now,
Right.
I find more value in Sony on like exclusivity.
And so I'm glad. I mean, we're going to really skipping over what it looks like because I'm glad that you brought up the exclusivities because I wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
What does it mean for a console to have exclusivities, but then the exclusivities are kind of subpar?
Uh, yeah. I mean, okay. Now this is bias. Like, can we? I can't throw a disclaimer up. I don't have a button for that. But like, can we put Nintendo to the side for this conversation? Is that fair?
Sure,
Like I feel like Nintendo exclusivity is different. Like I feel like that's
sure,
different. Like it is first party made in house. I feel like a lot of Xbox and PlayStation is bought.
right.
Um, I don't know. Like for me, I feel like if I were still multiplayer focused, I would go Xbox every time.
Hmm.
It seems like there has been a shift, and again, like I hate to label it this way, but I mean, the being bitter gamer dad sometimes stands for bitter and sometimes stands for black. But like I feel like black people have made a move to PlayStation.
Yeah,
Like I feel like that's been a move, and so depending on where your social network is, like that can drive it. But when I look at like Godfall or
hmm,
like I mean like Spider-Man, like those are the pushers for me.
yeah,
But I mean, who knows what that's going to be in 2 years?
right.
I think that's a tough decision to make when you're dropping $500 on a system.
Yeah. I mean, so I just pulled up the exclusivity list for PS4. I mean PS5, excuse me.
Okay.
Um, and so Spider-Man and Demon Souls are actually the only
Those are
ones
the top
that,
end.
yeah, that the top end that are also not timed exclusives. And
Mm,
so Godfall will come to the Xbox. It just not out the
at
gate.
some point.
Yeah, so it's a timed exclusive. Um,
And like I'm
as,
like and I'm not a fan of buying timed exclusives. And that's what's going on with Call of Duty.
mhm.
on like
Yeah.
game modes and DLC. Like I'm not down with that. I don't think that's good.
No, I'm not either. I'm not either. And so I'm as we said before, I'm cool with if PlayStation is going to get some content, then Xbox will get equal content, but maybe not the same content.
Right.
I'm cool with they getting different content.
Yeah, we had
I'm
talked
not
about that with like Soul Calibur and Tekken type stuff.
right. Like I'm cool if like you get Yoda and I get Darth Vader.
Right. Well, I
But I'm
mean,
not cool with if you get Yoda and then
I get nothing.
I get
Well,
nothing.
as an aside, no one's playing Marvel's Avengers anymore.
Thank God, because the game was trash. It looked trash.
Like,
And I'm sorry for all the developers that put their hard work into it
yeah.
and they lost all that
I
money.
think I watched. I think it was Yang Ye on YouTube, and he had released a video that it's like, like 98% of the players are gone, and
Yeah.
that's just that's you're absolutely right. That is sad for the people that put their heart into it because it's art. Like
Right.
games are art,
Absolutely.
and
However,
I mean, it sucks for
this
them.
is another example of a distributor and developer
Right, the
really
publisher,
like the publisher, thank you, really beating down the developers and sucking the soul out of a game
absolutely,
because
absolutely.
microtransactions and then like the game just not being completed and then like it feeling like the world is empty. Like, why are we still releasing games like that after we've been, ranting and raving about it, about these exact issues for so like it's been like 3, 4 years now of the same stuff.
And then on the flip side of it, I'm looking at I would say the worst culprit of all of this, No Man's Sky, and I'm
Mhm.
like, man, part of me wants to go back and play that because they've
Bro,
added so much stuff to that game.
and that was the first game that I was able to boot up on the Xbox, the Series X,
Yeah,
and phenomenal. Like it feels so good.
yeah. I might have
Like
to. I might have to
60.
go patch it. Like I was listening to something on my way into work this morning. My morning commute's like 20-25 minutes, and a lot of times I listen to YouTube videos, and I was like, man, I should go check out. I should go check out No Man's Sky again. It might be a good game for me right now.
Yeah. And I think the cross platform is working now.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Cryo? Cryo said he comes in. Brandon's talking trash. Well, I mean, yes,
I mean,
yes.
that's
And
par for course, isn't
congratulations
it?
on completing the program, man. That is good news. Unless you don't
Yeah,
want it to be good
congratulations.
news,
I know what program
but
it
I'm
is.
happy. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, exclusivity I think is a difficult thing, Brandon, to label early in a console generation.
Hmm.
And again, like it's my own bias, but I cannot compare Nintendo exclusives to Sony or Microsoft exclusives. I feel like it's a different animal.
Yeah. No, and it is because, like you said, a lot of that stuff is in home, which well, I'm not 100% certain what Xbox is doing with buying up all of these developers.
Yeah,
I'm a part of me is hoping and wishing that they are going this Nintendo route.
yeah,
Whereas, like, we're going to just sell you this subscription, which is the Game Pass, but
right.
then you're going to get all of our exclusive content just in the Game Pass.
And I think it would be a great. I think it would be a great move. I mean, the Bethesda pickup. I'm like, please do a good
Yeah,
job. Please do a good job.
for sure. Yeah. Please don't turn it into who bought Bungie?
It was that
Activision.
was it Activision? Yeah. Bungie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then 343 got the IP.
And it, yeah, right.
Ugh,
Yeah.
and I
I just hope it
wish.
doesn't turn into that.
I'm so sad that Halo's not what I remember it being.
Man, it's so it's
It's
so
it's
boring.
sad. It's really sad.
Like, like maybe they should have ended it and then just like created a new IP.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's what Destiny was supposed to be. Oh,
But I mean,
Cryogenic
but
Ninja
Destiny
with the bits says the Kings have returned. Thank you, sir, for the bits. We appreciate it.
I just I don't know. Like I've been wanting to return to Destiny. I was going to say Anthem, like Jesus.
No, return to Anthem. I mean, you can. I never went there in the first place.
It would literally just be me there. Like I would be there in the world. It's literally just me.
Every time you say the word anthem, I just think about how hyped I was when I saw
Hmm.
that first trailer.
Yeah.
That first trailer like sent me, man. I was ready for that game when that first trailer came out.
I mean, like we all wanted to be Iron Man.
Who doesn't?
Right. I mean, honestly.
Like, I mean,
Honestly.
again, like now, Brandon, I know I'm gonna trigger some bias here.
Hmm.
Like, if I'm choosing to be like a quote unquote regular dude, I'm choosing Iron Man
Hmm.
over Batman every time.
I mean, yeah, man, sure. Okay.
Like, I don't know. Like for me, and like I'm biased because I'm more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy, but like Iron Man is just like
Yeah.
way more fun than Batman to me.
You know,
Like
I can understand the argument.
I
I wouldn't choose that, but I could understand the
I'm just
argument.
saying, like Batman doesn't go get wasted and then go fight crime.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Iron
For sure.
Man definitely does that and doesn't care. He just doesn't care. There's a level of care. Like there's a respect that I have for Batman.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that in any like positive or negative. Like it just it's a, there's respect I have for Batman.
Hmm. Hmm.
Iron Man and specifically his depiction by Robert Downey Jr. I'm just like I like him. Like I like him. They
Yeah.
figured out Iron Man in cinema in ways that they have not figured out Batman.
For sure. Like I feel like they really got the essence out of Robert Downey. They really got the essence of Iron Man out of Robert Downey Jr.
Absolutely. And we've
And
had so
they've been
many Batmans,
yeah.
and we're distracted again. Welcome to the Bitter Gamer
No,
Dads.
but it's crazy because it's really hard to get the soul out of Batman and get the soul out of Bruce Wayne because Bruce Wayne is the mask for Batman.
Right.
And so like they nailed that in the comics, especially in like Batman the animated series. I thought they nailed that
Yeah.
perfectly. But it's so hard for them to really deliver that story that like this story is about Batman. The freaking movie is called Batman. But like they spend so much time in Bruce Wayne.
And I all right, Brandon, I'm going off the deep end for just a second. Throw me a life raft if I need it.
All right.
In my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what all of this is, because none of this is factual. I think Batman needs to get the same treatment as Passion of the Christ. And
Tell me more.
by that I mean the person that is casted as Batman needs to be no one. It
Mm-hmm.
can't
Mm,
it can't be a named like it can't be Robert Pattinson. It can't be any of the people that we know. There has to be
yeah.
some random dude that like
Yeah.
Batman can imprint. Like Robert Downey Jr. is just strong enough to play any character.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because Batman has so much more nuance to him, I don't know if any established named actor could play Batman well. I think we need someone that we don't know that like we just like Batman is that like imagine if in Passion of the Christ the main character is Jesus. Spoilers, he dies at the end. But like
And rises.
but if, like imagine if the actor in Passion of the Christ was somebody that we knew. We would be
Sure.
bringing emotional baggage and knowledge of that person into that experience. And I think with
Yeah.
Batman, because we know so much about Batman, it gets broken because we're bringing so much other baggage with that person. Like it's got to be a nobody. It's got
Yeah.
to be a nobody.
Hmm. No, I feel that. I feel that. And I wonder why if that's like why I related so much to Christian Bale because I knew absolutely nothing about him. Like I don't even remember what movies I saw him
Mm,
in
yeah,
prior to the Batman trilogy.
and I mean, and that's probably why like a Hugh Jackman for a lot of people were able to accept Wolverine from him.
I was
I
never.
was yes. Cryo said I didn't get to that part of the Bible. Spoilers, bro. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry to ruin it for you, but it's what
Yeah.
happens, man. He dies.
It's a wild ride at the end, up to his death, I tell
It's a
you.
whole thing with the cross, man. Like he gets
Yeah.
stabbed. I mean, it's crazy. It's
He
crazy.
overturned some tables. Like there was a fight in a
Then
garden.
his body
Like
just
he didn't even partake in the fight, but it
he
happened.
knew
Somebody's ear got cut
he
off.
knew who was going to turn him in. Like he knew somebody was going to snitch, but he fed him dinner anyway. Like it's wild. Like
Right,
dude, it's
right. It's
crazy.
a crazy story.
Brandon, I think like a whole like not a podcast, but I think a whole like video series could be done not sarcastically, but just realistically, like looking at the story of Jesus in a comedic
Yeah,
way. Because it's like, yo, he started sweating blood. Like it's crazy.
it is
It's
crazy.
craziness.
And then like a snake came up into him, like while he's praying in the garden. Like
Started talking
there's
to
so
him.
much happening in this story right
Like bro
now.
was tripping balls. Like he was
Yeah,
tripping balls. The snake was talking to him. It's wild.
yeah.
Then like they were at this wedding and like the wine ran out and he was just like, yo, just give him water. And then the water like turned into wine. Like it's nuts.
And he kept the party going.
Jesus, the party, bro. Like like it's ridiculous.
For sure, for sure. Can you imagine Jesus in college?
Stop. Stop.
Never have to take
Stop.
a drugstore run.
Stop. Stop. I can't. I can't. Anyways, thank you, Cryo, for
Can you
providing
imagine
us.
Jesus at Liberty College?
He would get
I
kicked
mean,
out.
Liberty University.
Like I think Jesus would get kicked out of Liberty. Can we?
Oh,
Can we agree?
he turned water into wine. He's definitely out of there.
Jesus would definitely get kicked out of Liberty.
One of his close friends was a prostitute. Like,
Dude, Jesus would get kicked out of America. Jesus would be in one of those cages. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said we weren't doing politics tonight. Never
yeah.
mind. Never mind. We don't like immigrants here.
Oh wow, Jesus was a cool dude though. Like, he lived a life. I'll just say that he lived a life.
I'm just saying, like, how much of a badass do you have to be like, excuse me, all of you guys in this temple right now, I'm furious with you. And I'm so furious that I'm going to leave this temple, go back to my crib, and I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna wreck this whole thing. If y'all still here, we gonna have problems and still be the divine one. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people tell the table him like flipping tables like it was like a spontaneous thing that just had no, that was planned. My boy came,
Yeah, for sure.
my boy left and came back like, nah, that's not how this is about to go down today. Not on my watch.
For sure. And that is the reason why Batman is the GOAT.
Why?
Because he comes back with a plan and flips the table over,
Word.
knowing that he's coming back to flip the table over.
Okay. Okay. And somehow when you say GOAT, it triggers me because then I start thinking about people arguing about Tom Brady and LeBron James. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
stop it. Klay Thompson tore his Achilles. I don't know. Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Golden State Warriors. It was a good run, boys.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good run for them, man. It was a solid run.
It's over,
for them.
Splash Bros. It's over.
Yeah. Just craziness.
Anyway.
Just craziness.
Anyway.
The sports world, man, just I honestly think I would have been okay with no sports up, maybe to post COVID.
Mhm.
I think I would have been okay without it. I appreciate that we did get it.
Yeah.
However, I mean, like, watching the NFL and seeing like a player gets injured every drive, it seems like.
Yeah.
And then like the NBA, like
The bubble was interesting. The bubble was definitely interesting.
It was interesting. It was interesting, but it wasn't like I wasn't like entertained. Like it wasn't like a typical final series for me. It was just like, okay, like
Yeah.
I guess I care that like these two teams, like the Lakers, are playing. Honestly, I don't even remember who they played.
Who did the Lakers beat?
Exactly my point. Like if this was a
It
typical
was the Heat.
final
It
series,
was the Heat. It was the Heat. It was the Heat. There
right?
we
It
go.
was Jimmy Butler in the
Yeah.
Heat.
No, I know. I get you, man. Like, and I know you're not a wrestling fan, but I feel like it's a lot of the same. Where, like, I'm starting to realize a lot of what was going on with sports and entertainment in general, like live, was the
Mhm.
crowd.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the
Yeah.
hype from the crowd drove it. Like, the crowd going nuts after that dagger 3 like really makes you feel like you're in it.
Yeah, which I saw. I watched. We both watched The Last Dance. Super exciting, right?
Yes.
Super exciting watching that. Like I
That was a
loved
great
every moment of
documentary.
that. And then I saw that they were going to give Stone Cold Steve Austin a series, and I'm like, man, this is the attitude. This is Raw versus War, or like War and
I
Raw,
don't
like
know.
whatever it was
I
called.
don't know,
I would love that. I would
but it
love to
was
see a Stone Cold
but
Steve
it's
Austin
different. It's
documentary.
different because like Michael Jordan was legitimately that guy. That's not scripted.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was that guy. He was the Michael Jordan of the WWE for
Ah,
years.
man, I'm giving that to Dwayne the Rock Johnson. That was my guy. Okay,
I mean, yeah, like of course The Rock was like a
like I'm
superstar
just saying,
for
I gotta
sure.
grab the mic for this one, but it's like finally, The Rock has. I'm both of those guys were great. They were great.
Yeah,
And as a side note, Cryo says thinking about watching Naruto. Do it, man. Just watch
I've
it.
never seen an episode.
If you're watching the Shippuden games and it looks entertaining to you, you can watch Naruto Shippuden. You can probably watch Boruto all online for free. Just do it, okay? If you're interested in watching the anime, do it.
Yeah, they also have Dragon Ball Super on Hulu right now, so that's exciting. The subbed version, not the dubbed version.
I'm all for subtitles, man.
Yeah, I actually enjoy the dub more than subs, but I think that's specifically to um, Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm interested, super interested in that Stone Cold Steve
I mean,
Austin.
I'm gonna watch it. Don't get it
Oh yeah,
don't get it twisted. Like if it's anywhere I can watch it, I'm going to watch it.
yeah.
Oh, come on
Which
now.
I'm not certain which channel it's coming. I don't think I'm not certain if it's a Sports Center like 60 for 60 or not.
Yeah.
30 for
30 for
30.
30. See,
Jeez.
man,
60 for
hey man,
60.
sometimes we need 60 for 60, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Could you Brandon, can you remember? Can we go back in time? Can
Mhm.
we do like a little sound effect thing here?
Do, 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 do.
Remember when like the Jordan documentary came out
Yeah.
and we thought COVID was gonna go away?
Hmm.
Like I really thinking about it, was like, man, this is a good way to pass time during COVID. I feel like that
Yeah.
was 15 years ago.
No, yeah, for sure. No, like let's go back even further than that. Remember when Animal Crossing came out?
Bro, that feels like that was on the Wii U, okay? That's how
It seemed
long
like it
ago
was
that was.
so long ago. Man. And so, like, all right, so game of the year. We're here.
Bro,
So
why are you
game
in
of the
my
year.
head? Like, Charles, get out of my head. Like, like, how are you doing this to me right now? As soon as you said Animal Crossing, I was like, that's a perfect segue to the Game of the Year awards.
So hold on. Before let's get the game of the year games, which
I got it.
I
I
think
got
is.
it up. I already got it up.
Oh, you got it. Perfect. Go ahead.
Game of the Year nominees are Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, Among Us should be on that game. I mean, should be on that list.
I mean,
And I
I
think
think it's nominated for something.
okay,
Let me do a quick scroll because I know it was. I looked at it earlier and it's on the list, but it's not for
okay,
Game of the Year. It's on for Best Mobile Game.
okay. Best mobile game. It does. What's that other game? Fallout guys.
Yeah,
Is that best mobile?
Fall Guys is on Best Indie, um, Best Community Support, and something. There's a few other places where that is.
Is Fortnite on best community
I
support?
think it is. It definitely is.
Yeah, that's going to win. Like easily going to win. Yeah, Fortnite, man.
No Man's Sky is on Best Community Support too, though. But anyway,
Yeah,
Game of the Year: Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing, and Last of Us. Like, what if you were to take a pick? Like, all right, let's make two picks. Let's make two picks real
yeah,
quick. What your
yeah.
personal pick would be, and what
Hmm.
you think the pick is actually going to be.
The pick Ghost of Tsushima or Hades would definitely have to pick. Would have to be my pick. I think man, Ghost of Tsushima is probably the best game of the year.
Okay.
Like most complete game, including multiplayer, and it was free, and just like the story and like everything, like the game. I mean, there's certain parts of it like revolutionary, just like the lack of HUD and your ability to get around the entire world just by following the wind, like an immersive way of navigating. Uh, Phenomenal. The fighting is phenomenal. Uh,
And see,
but
and just because of how like ratings and stuff work, for some reason, I just have a feeling that Last of Us might take it.
and honestly, I was thinking that it was going to be Animal Crossing.
Really,
Like,
really, bro, the
yeah,
world would come apart. Like the world would. I mean, it's 2020, so who knows? But I feel like the world
bro,
would come apart if Animal Crossing won. Like off of 3 months, like because Animal Crossing was hot
what's
for
the
3 months.
selling? What's the numbers for like we got to go look at the numbers for Animal Crossing. Like,
Riskfire, I want a PlayStation 5 right now. Okay. I've been trying to get one every single time that they've like somebody's released some. I woke up yesterday and saw that Target had released some, like, or Amazon or somebody released some in the middle of the night, and I was so upset.
so Animal Crossing sold 22 million copies in under 5 months.
It was perfect timing.
It,
It was
but that's why
perfect.
I think it's going to win. It was perfect timing. But I was done playing it. It came out in March. I was done playing it by May.
Yeah,
Like I
same,
haven't touched it since May.
same. Even Zora, like, and she loved that game. Like, we've both
Yeah.
moved on from it, and they,
I mean, so I do have friends on my Switch list that could still play it.
I just don't care.
Right. Like, yeah, I'm not chasing like any of these things. Like, I'm not chasing butterflies. I'm not chasing, the grind to
You know,
continue to build the
yeah,
house. Like,
fine,
I don't
fine.
care about
Like, I
that.
mean, I paid my loans off. Like, I don't care about the seasonal events. Like, I think it's possible Animal Crossing could do it, but I also think it's more likely that Donald Trump will be president.
Yeah.
I,
I mean, but like, and I haven't really been reading into like what people have been having issues with The Last of Us Part Two.
well, a lot of people
But
didn't like the narrative and like spoilers, like certain characters that didn't make it to the end of the story and like how the
yeah,
story played out. Like, I'm not gonna ruin any of that. We'll ruin this.
for
We'll
sure.
ruin the gospel. Okay, we'll ruin the gospel, but not the Last of Us Part Two.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I mean, so man, I don't know. Like, I just knew that there was an uproar about like Last of Us Part Two,
Yeah,
and so I stayed away from it because I'm like at the end of the first Last of Us, and I do plan on picking this up, the second one up, just later down the road.
yeah.
So I didn't want to ruin the story for me.
Well, see, now I don't think Doom Eternal's gonna take it because it felt like too specific of a genre. Like it
Yeah,
just didn't seem like wide enough in its birth. Um, I agree with Cryo that Final Fantasy VII. Like I don't know if Final Fantasy VII remake should be up there. That's also
yeah,
how I felt last year about some of like the Resident Evil title that was on there last year. That I didn't
yeah.
think a remake and re-release should be up there. So
No way.
in my mind, it's a four-way race between Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing, and Last of Us.
Yeah.
And I really, really, really like Hades, but I don't
Hmm.
see a roguelike indie game taking Game of the Year.
Right, right.
I think it'd be cool, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't think it's going to happen either. I do think that Haiti deserves a whole lot of
I
props,
really
but
enjoy that game. I really enjoy
there's
that game.
another game called Foregone that we had talked about earlier in the podcast, like a couple of months back, that I was saying like this is another roguelike game that looks like it's going to be phenomenal. That is out, like it's out now.
Yo,
That we
Cryo,
have.
you need to stop. You need to stop, Cryo. Talking about some. Yes, yes, I ignored your Team Fortress 2 comment. Team Fortress, what are you talking about community support? When did you get a patch? When did Team Fortress 2 get its last patch? Like, you better stop playing. Talking about
1998.
your Halloween game modes. We playing Team Fortress 2 on Windows XP. Stop it. Stop it. Oh man, I know you're joking. I know you're joking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see how the Game Awards go. I think it'll be really interesting to see how they go. What was another one? I'm scrolling through the
Hmm.
best performance awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture. Yo, Miles Morales is on there.
And so I don't like the voice of Miles Morales.
Okay.
I forgot who he sounds like, but he sounds like a cartoon character.
Mhm. They s-
Oh, from Rick and Morty. He sounds like
oh,
Morty.
we should have gotten a voice actor from Into the Spider Verse, man. That's all we needed to do.
Exactly. Yes, they should have. Yes, they should have.
Bro, can I overshare one more time? Because I feel like every time we talk about this, I say it, and I'm just going to keep saying it. By the
Yep.
way, 3 minutes ago, Fat Kid Deals posted that PS5 DualSense controllers are in stock on Amazon. Just throwing that out there for everybody.
Mm,
But dude, I watched that video. I watched Into the Spider Verse. I watch video essays and breakdowns, and I tear up every time.
yeah.
Like I just get so happy. I'm so proud of like Miles, and like just I don't know. It's just so it's we've talked about it. I know we've dug into it. I'm just gonna say it
Yeah.
again. Like that feeling has not gone away. That
And
representation moment is huge for me.
for sure. And they really do capture that again in this Spider-Man in the new Spider-Man
I'm
game.
playing it,
I
man.
mean, like I'm not an Afro Latino male, but you know, if I was one, I think that I would feel like this is really representing. I mean, just because it's so subtly like present in the story.
Right,
And that's what we were talking about before. It's meaningful. Like it's meaningful to the story because this is who the character is, but it's not so like overtly like thrown in your face.
right.
And so like it makes you like, why do I care that like this person is Afro Latino?
And I don't want to get into it now because I have another video planned for the YouTube. But some news came out that the main character Madeline in Celeste is transgender.
Hmm.
And I think a big difference between Madeline and Miles Morales is that everything is done for Miles as an undercurrent.
Yeah.
Like everything about him kind of feeds into that diversity, that representation. Where
Yeah.
some of the things about Madeline as the main character in Celeste, you know, it's almost like a surprise at the end. It's like, oh, by the way, she's trans. Well, okay, well, now that I have this information, let me go back and play. Let me see the markers that you left in the game that I missed.
Yeah.
And that's I
And are those markers there?
no, they're not.
So they just like at the end just say, hey,
Well,
like,
there's a transgender flag in the closing cutscene of the DLC, which was released at
okay.
so there's nothing in the main game that alludes to it at all.
Uh
And then in the DLC,
yeah.
there's one picture of Madeline with short hair, so kind of alluding to maybe like transition male to female, and then a
Hmm.
flag. And
Hmm.
so, like, I think representation is great, but I wish that they had done more from a narrative base to like plant those seeds so that a person like me would be like, holy crap, I didn't even see that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. But anyway, I'm a weirdo. Let's see. I don't know, man. But to hard transition back. I mean, let's go to this one. Let's go to this one, Brandon.
Uh-huh.
Best multiplayer. Best
Best
multiplayer.
multiplayer. Warzone. I can't imagine.
Ooh, Cryo. I feel like they do that for publicity. I think it's possible. I think the only difference with Celeste in this situation that the developer in this game, Maddie Thorson, like is transgender themselves. Like,
Okay.
and so their explanation of it, and again, I'll get into this in a much more in a much better way later. But their personal transition is kind of wrapped up in Celeste as well.
Yeah.
That they didn't know where they were and were kind of writing the character as they were transitioning. So it's just a interesting dynamic going on there. But best
Hmm.
multiplayer is wow, that's a terrible transition. But best multiplayer is Animal Crossing, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys, and Valorant.
Hold on, tell me them again.
Animal Crossing New Horizons,
Right.
Among Us, Call
Okay.
of Duty Warzone, Fall
Okay.
Guys, and Valorant.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean that has to be Warzone. Like I feel like that's Warzone easily.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it could go to Among Us or Fall Guys. Cryo, you think Valorant's getting that though? No, Valorant was popular for like 2 days.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
The
like
fall off was heavy on Valorant.
best multiplayer game.
I mean,
Yeah, here
Fall
we go.
Guys fell off too. Fall Guys definitely fell off hard.
And that's the thing. Warzone from the beginning of the panty to the end of the panty has only gotten like we've only gotten and more people in this game. Like
Brandon,
there
my
was like in the
reaction to you just
summertime.
now was something that I could not say out loud because it would not be appropriate for the VOD. Okay. This man said the panty. I can't. I can't.
Like there was like some point like during the summer where like there was like an absurd amount of Warzone players.
Yeah. I mean, I played Warzone. Like, come on.
Like they like the amount of new players that came into that game was
It's free.
a bit absurd, and it's free. I mean,
It's the Fortnite
and
effect.
it's still holding like a large amount of players. Like if we go on Twitch, I'm sure Warzone is. If it's not number one, it's in the top two, top three
Yeah.
for most like current players playing it and people watching it.
Oh, I just ugh. But see, I could see so Cryo talking about the mixture of CS:GO and Overwatch. There's another
Hmm.
category for best esport game, and
Hmm.
that's Modern Warfare, CS:GO, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Valorant. Like I could see Valorant potentially sneaking that one. I don't know if it's going to
Nah,
take. I don't know if
I
it's going to
still
take.
League of
I don't know
Legends.
if it's going to take best overall multiplayer game, especially since there's a community vote on that as well.
Yeah.
If it were just reviewers, I might go with you. Oh man, best sports game. Why they got Tony? They got FIFA and 2K on there. I'm scrolling before I get mad about something. They better stop. Best
Yeah.
family game: Animal Crossing, Crash Bandicoot, Fall Guys, Mario Kart Live. Get that off the list. Mario Kart Live should not be on the list. Minecraft Dungeons. Get that off the list. That was hot for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, they did release a DLC for it, but I think we had to pay for it.
I don't care about. I mean, and again, this is my own bias. I'm just like I don't care. I don't care.
Hmm. Hmm. Was that a free to play game? Did we pay for that?
I think technically we paid for it because it was on Game Pass.
Ah, I see.
Like
I
it
see.
dropped on Game Pass, so we played it for free, kind of.
Now this is probably the best category,
Which
the
one?
best action and adventure. So we
Best
have
action game?
yeah,
Oh, best action slash adventure.
yeah, yeah. So we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and The Last of
Ooh,
Us.
that one's gonna be close. That was gonna be really
That's a tough
close.
one. That's a really, really
Because
tough
I
one.
could see
Jedi Fallen Order is really, really
because
good.
I could see Tsushima, Fallen Order, or Last of Us taking that. And
Yeah,
again, I haven't played most of these games, but I stay aware of most games that are going on. And it
yeah.
doesn't seem like Valhalla really has the movement on it.
Nah, yeah.
Will o' the Wisp has a smaller community,
They have a cult
and
following.
Miles Morales just dropped. And so like I have a bias where like if it's we're looking at awards that are given out in December, I feel
Hmm.
like a game couldn't have dropped in October, November and win that unless it's like groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Like we need some
I mean,
stats behind it.
for sure, we do need stats. And so, are these awards driven by stats or are they driven by reviews?
It's so critics are voting and fans are voting. And so I think there
Okay.
is a certain level of like the new hotness that can drive the fan vote.
Hmm.
But I think the new hotness vote for Miles Morales does not come from the majority.
Right, right, right.
If that makes like I'm trying to make my point without getting like crazy.
Yeah. I'm voting for these
Oh, okay.
as I'm reading them.
Go for it. Dude, but as can we take a little sidestep because we're coming up on the hour mark. Dude,
Yeah.
Hades is fun.
Man, I was trying to tell you
I slept
this was
on
a
it.
game you should have bought a
I
long
slept
time
on it. I
ago.
slept on it. But I will tell you, Brandon, is that with my Nintendo Gold points for 52
Yeah.
cents, this game is the most amazing game I've probably ever played in my life. Like, like after I cashed out my Nintendo points, I bought that game for 52 cents and I won't say I love it cuz that's way too far. But I
Yeah.
really 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 enjoy this game.
Yeah.
I haven't completed it yet. I haven't gotten through final boss. I haven't escaped yet. But I'm
Right.
having a lot of fun with it. The weapons are great. I'm probably an annoying husband and an annoying dad about this game because I love the music.
Yeah.
Like the metal music in this game, like I find myself with the volume up way louder than it needs to be just because I'm like, let's go. Like I'm whooping some fools right now, and I need this metal background music going for me. Cryo, if you
That's
haven't played Hades, you need to get it or let me know. Like maybe we need to figure out a Christmas present or something. I don't know, bro.
yeah, man. You definitely like it's a must buy. Like if you have a Switch, you must own Hades.
It's a if you especially for anybody that's out there, cryo, anybody that's watching the VOD, when Dr. Wang Jung, which camera am I
Mhm.
looking at? When Brandon told me that he liked a roguelike game, I went,
Yeah.
well, then I have to get it. Because that's not Brandon's normal genre of games to play. And
Mm-mm.
if a roguelike game is a game that Brandon likes, I know I'm gonna love it. Oh, it said Cryo said if the rumors are true and Heart Gold and Soul Silver get a remake, would you play it or are you done with Pokemon? I would play it because I'm an idiot.
It got a remake.
If Heart Gold and
I
Soul
don't know.
Silver got a remake, I would probably get it.
I know I played them, but I don't remember them. So
Brandon, would you hold on? I haven't gone to
here
the
we are.
shelf in a long time. You want to see my proof of why I would buy those games again?
Uh huh.
Here's my proof of why I would buy those games again. This is the like Nintendo Game and Watch with like Super Mario Brothers 1. I bought Super Mario Brothers 1 again. Like I bought it again. It's
The
Pokemon.
absurdity.
And it's early gen. It's pre-gen 5. Like
Yeah.
gold and silver, emerald sapphire, like heart gold. Like I would play it again. I would play it again. It's my nostalgia. And Nintendo knows what they're doing. They just sell it right back to me. And I'd buy it willingly every time.
Mhm.
And it makes me
Crazy.
happy to see my daughter playing games that I enjoy as a child.
Yeah, I mean that passing down of like all of the games that we really loved, and the fact that these games are so good that they're able to transcend generations.
Exactly.
Like that's all I want. I'm not gonna speak for everyone else in the world, but that's all I want from my video games. I want them to be so good and so memorable that I can talk about them with passion to someone younger.
Well, Brandon, all I'm saying is like I got one to collect and one to play.
Hmm.
And like being able to like hand this to Zora, hand this to my daughter and be like, hey, you can play Mario. And she's like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That makes me happy.
for sure.
Just a little 40, $50 handheld thing. She can play Mario Brothers and they factored in this thing that you can have infinite lives.
Yeah.
And so like that's awesome. Like you just hand to a little kid like, "Hey, let's play Mario and you have infinite lives. Let's go."
Right,
It's awesome.
right, right, right.
Nintendo is
That is
they're smart and then they're also stupid because they
extreme.
like issued a cease and desist order on the Big House Smash Brothers Melee tournament because they were using an emulator. Nintendo is really smart. and they're also the stupidest developer on the planet.
Mhm.
I don't know. Or, Nintendo could actually make the Pokemon game that Brandon and I have been like theory crafting for them for a year.
For sure. Like all they have to do is just call us up and we are
We
on
got
it.
it.
We are on
We
it.
don't even need crunch. We'd have it done in a day.
Yeah.
Let's see, is there anything? Are there any other categories on here you feel like we need to talk about before we get out of here?
I just finished voting.
Ooh,
Best mobile game, best indie, best
what
ongoing,
about best indie? I feel like that's between. I think Fall Guys might take that just purely on popularity.
best indies. We got Carrion, Fall Guys, Hades, Spelunky, and Spiritfarer.
Yeah,
I don't even know some of these
yeah. I
games.
feel I feel like the winner is going to be Fall Guys, Hades, or Spelunky.
Hmm.
I feel like Fall Guys is going to get one this year. I feel like they're going to get a big one.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I do think that they will get one. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, like I follow a couple gamers and a couple of streamers on Twitter and other social
Yeah,
medias. Um,
Fall Guys is falling off.
yeah, it's falling off, and Hades does have a lot of steam right now. I don't
Absolutely.
know if it's enough steam to get them to win these like
Well,
awards.
and Fall Guys has done. And I think when it comes to community support, I could see Fall Guys really getting, like, really winning that one. Because Fall
Hmm.
Guys has played a really good game on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah,
Like just being responsive, creating buzz, like
yeah,
compared to Apex, Destiny, Fortnite. Like Fortnite might be able to do it because they still do concerts in game,
yeah.
but
And they do like movie trailers. Like they do a lot. Fortnite does a whole lot
yeah,
for their community.
absolutely.
I mean, the game is trash, but they
Oh
keep the
man,
community. They keep the community like really involved.
yeah,
I mean, it's a bunch of kids, so I mean,
mostly. And
yeah,
then and then the grown men that are like making a living off of it. But
indeed,
I'm not
indeed,
a hater, so whatever. Let's see. Anything else going on? Actually, you know what? We have crossed the hour mark, Brandon.
yeah.
What if we not covered that you wanted to cover tonight?
I was just about to ask you the same thing. Talked about the Xbox Series X. We talked about PlayStation 5. Um, yeah, I mean, this new generation of consoles, man, are really something. Like they are really, really impressive.
Yeah,
I think.
if
I
if
think.
you could buy them,
Yeah, if you can buy
if
them,
you can buy
if you
them,
can get your hands on one, absolutely. I think they're impressive. They are a huge leap above what both Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo have put in
bro.
their previous
I'm
consoles.
just waiting, man. I'm just waiting. We're sitting here. Got PS5s coming out. We got Series X's coming out. Got
Mm.
S's coming out. I'm like, all right, Nintendo. What bass backwards thing are you about to do this time? Like I don't know what it is, but I always have this thought. I'm like, all right, in about a year and a half, Nintendo's going to do something stupid. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
And I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe it's just the Switch Pro. Maybe it is.
yeah. I mean, yeah, possibly. Like, just make a stronger Switch.
All I know is right now in my head, it's like, man, it's 9:30 at night. Should I just go to bed, or should I take my Switch to bed and play Hades?
Yeah.
And that,
I mean, definitely take your Switch to bed, play
and
Hades.
like,
At least like one, maybe two goes. Like I've definitely sat on the couch and was like, all right, I'll do one, and it turned into two because I made it really far in the first one,
bro,
and
my
I'm like,
runs always in. What's the third area is Elysium, I think. I
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
can't get past the Minotaur and Theseus. I can't do it.
yeah. Man, the Minotaur had like a slither of health, and I could not get it.
Now I've fought him. I fought him as a mini boss one on one, And I
Yeah,
like
right. You beat him in the mini boss,
like
and then
one on
you
one I can take him. One on one I can do like decently.
absolutely easy peasy, no struggles with that.
2v1, nah, that's cheating, bro. They
Yeah,
got hacks. Like I can't.
yeah,
And it's what's funny is I watched a few YouTube videos of people like, we're not gonna do any spoilers about the final boss. And I'm like, the game's name is Hades.
80s. Yeah, we know who the final boss is. Like,
Like, can you
stop it.
stop? Like you were trying way too hard to be respectful. Yo, what's up,
Right.
Buzz?
My
How are you
first
doing,
load
man?
in, I was just thinking, like, man, like, am I going to have to fight Cerebrus? And then when am I going to have to fight Hades?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, the name of the game is Hades. Like, it would
Yeah.
be dumb.
And you watched the speed run of it?
I didn't. I haven't. I don't. I will watch it once I get to the final boss. Like, I don't want anything to tip me off about how that fight might go.
Okay.
That's that. I mean, that's just how I'm being about it.
Hmm.
Really, really, you give me a stay hydrated and my glass is empty, or I'm gonna have to give you your points back, bro. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. But yo, if Brandon, if you don't got anything else, we got to get out of here, right?
Yeah, I guess we gotta go and be adults.
Yeah, man. I'll get this.
Whatever that means at 9:30 at night.
Eat the glass. I'll have to. I'll get this edited up, and hopefully Saturday I can get this up online, like clips and stuff, and get the episode up. For anybody that's watching, just letting you guys know, we did create a new Bitter Gamer Dads YouTube channel. If you wanted to watch the VODs of that specifically, so if you search Bitter Gamer Dads on YouTube, you will come to a brand new channel with effectively 0 subscribers. So there's that. But we are still sending stuff out to Spotify, Google Play, and iTunes if you want to watch after the fact as well. So you can still catch us on those platforms if that's what you'd like to do. I think there is a Bitter Gamer Dad's Twitter, but no one actually uses it. It just happens.
For sure.
So, guys, we're going to get out of here. It was good having you all here. Yeah, all of that stuff is off. I'm sorry. But, yeah, tons of fun. We'll actually try to do it on a Tuesday. Maybe one time me and Brandon's lives will line up and we can do it on the day we tell you we're going to do it.
For sure.
But until next time, guys, thank y'all. GG.
Yeah, GG's.